hey, it's September. What? When did September get here? That's kind of crazy, isn't it? I mean, I feel like I was just home and now I'm like comfortably living in Japan. Anyways, you did the thing. You traveled halfway across the world to follow your dreams. But what do you do when a missile flies over those dreams? So if you've been keeping up with current events, North Korea's been launching some interesting things out of their country. One of those things flew over the island that I live on currently, and what a rude wake-up call for everyone in Hokkaido. I woke up at 6 in the morning to a blaring alarm that I did not recognize, and since it was so early, I like reached for my phone and turned it off. This missile alert turned off the same way that my alarm clock turned off, and I feel like that shouldn't be allowed as it is an emergency message. I like briefly saw it for a second, saw that it was a warning, but it was all in Japanese, but like I had swiped it away, so I had no idea what it said. And I looked outside and I was like, it's probably about the rain. It wasn't about the rain. So I tried to go back to sleep and I was super annoyed that I had been woken up. So I'm just scrolling along on Facebook, pretty much done with sleep, I guess. And then I see this lady post on Facebook about how scared she was and how like her husband and her daughter were sleeping and she felt so alone, and how North Korea had launched a missile over Japan. And she lives on the main island somewhere, and I was reading the comments and I was like, oh shit, was that what the alarm was for? And then at that moment another one went off, but again, I swiped it away. So I keep reading on her comments and I see someone write, it just passed over Hokkaido. And I was like, what? What? Yeah, it flew over our heads. And I would have slept through it. I would have slept, and if something actually happened, I would have just died sleeping, annoyed that I was woken up at 6 in the morning. After that, literally everyone I knew in Japan started messaging each other. This was a really scary thing after the fact, realizing that I was not prepared in the slightest. A lot of people were saying that their families were demanding that they come home, and over the course of the next few weeks, there were a lot more talk about missile tests and how it could be a norm for missiles to fly over Japan. And you know, Japan is an American ally. So I go home, that's obviously messed up because like, look who our president is and look what's happening out on the streets, and just look at the mess we've made. But honestly, where is safe? What's safe at this point? I don't know. I'd like you to tell me, but I've thought it over and I've been scared for a while, and I was like, well, I mean, I'm already here, and in the event that nothing does happen, I'm still doing the thing that I said I would do when I was 10, so if I die, I die doing something kind of, I don't even freaking know. Do you plan the future of your life if the world is gonna end? That's my question. Anyways, that's all. I just came here to tell the story about what happened on that terrible Tuesday at 6 in the morning. And to welcome you to September. I'm really excited. I started prepping my novel for NaNoWriMo. It is a new idea. I was like sort of planning this idea for a really long time, and then a new one popped into my head and I was like, scrap the old one, let's make everything as difficult as possible. So I'm really excited. It's about magic from all different nations. One boy who comes from China decides that he wants to travel the world and study magic. That's like the very simple version of what's gonna happen. And honestly, I don't know all that much more than what I just said. So that's why I'm prepping. All right, thanks for listening to me ramble about dreams and magic and missiles. That's the title of my new book. Just kidding. No, it's not. Maybe it should be. I'm just kidding. What? I'm gonna go now. Bye.